Have you ever wondered who the most powerful Greek gods were? Let's embark on an exciting journey through Greek mythology, where power is not just about brute strength, but also cunning, influence, and mystical abilities. Our first stop is Dionysus, the god of wine, pleasure, festivity, and merry chaos. Now don't let his party-loving persona fool you. Dionysus wielded a unique form of power. He could induce madness in others, a potent ability that even the mightiest of gods would hesitate to cross. As the only god born from a mortal mother, Dionysus occupied a special place in the Greek Pantheon. His festivals, filled with wild music and dance, were a crucial part of Greek culture. So, Dionysus, with his intoxicating power over the mind and cultural significance, truly earns his place in our list. From the god of wine and parties, we move to a god of a more serious nature. At number 9, we find the messenger of the gods, Hermes. This fleet-footed deity, known for his winged sandals, had the critical role of relaying messages between the gods and mortals. But don't let his job title fool you. Hermes was no mere postman. Hermes was a traveler, a bridge between realms with an ability to seamlessly cross the boundaries of the mortal and divine worlds. This power allowed him to deliver divine edicts to humans and guide the souls of the deceased to the afterlife. His speed was legendary, and not just because of his impressive footwear. Hermes was swift in thought and action, a god who embodied movement and agility. His quick wit and cunning also made him a patron of commerce and thieves alike. Hermes' fluid nature, his ability to traverse different realms, and his swift actions make him a standout figure in Greek mythology. From the swift messenger, we move on to a goddess of wisdom. Number 8 on our list is the wise and strategic Athena. As the goddess of wisdom and strategy, Athena's influence reverberates through the annals of Greek mythology. Born from the head of Zeus, her birth alone signifies the importance of intellect and strategic thought in the Greek pantheon. Athena is not only revered for her wisdom but also for her strategic skills, often showcased during wars. She was the divine counselor of many Greek heroes, guiding them with her wisdom and strategy to ensure their victory. From the mighty Heracles to the cunning Odysseus, many have sought Athena's guidance in their quests, and she never failed to deliver. Her intellect and strategic prowess didn't just serve heroes and mortals, it also played a pivotal role in the affairs of the gods. Athena's wisdom often became the beacon that guided the gods through their most tumultuous times. From the goddess of wisdom, we now turn to a god of war. At the 7th spot, we find Ares, the god of war. Ares is an intriguing character in the Greek pantheon, a deity both revered and feared. He embodies the physical valor necessary in times of war and is often depicted as a fierce warrior, clad in armor and waving a spear. Ares was not just a brute force, his power also lay in his ability to stir conflict and discord. His presence was not only felt on the battlefield but also in the hearts of men, where he ignited the flame of strife and aggression. However, it's worth noting that Ares was not always the victorious god. He had his fair share of defeats, which added a layer of complexity to his character. Despite his bloodthirsty reputation, Ares also had a softer side, fathering numerous children who went on to become heroes and important figures in Greek mythology. From the god of war, we move to a god of the seas. Number 6 on our list is Poseidon, the god of the seas. Known for his mighty trident and commanding presence, Poseidon held sway over the vast oceans, controlling waves, storms, and all marine life. But his power was not just limited to the sea. Poseidon was also the god of earthquakes, earning him the title Earthshaker. His ability to cause tempests and tremors made him a formidable figure in the pantheon of Greek gods. Poseidon's role was significant, but it was not without its challenges. His rivalry with other gods, particularly Athena, was well known. They clashed over many things, including the patronage of cities. The most famous of these disputes was over Athens, a contest Athena ultimately won. Despite this, Poseidon was never one to be overshadowed. His influence was far-reaching, from the depths of the ocean to the very earth we stand on. From the god of the seas, we ascend to a goddess of the skies. Halfway through our list at number 5, we find Hera, the queen of the gods. Known for her regal bearing and quick temper, Hera is a formidable figure in Greek mythology. As the goddess of marriage and childbirth, she was often invoked for protection in women's most vulnerable moments. This role made her an integral part of the Greek pantheon. and her status as Zeus's wife further elevated her influence. Despite the tumultuous nature of their union, marked by Zeus's many infidelities, Hera maintained her position with dignity and strength. Her authority was not limited to domestic matters, though. As queen, she held significant sway over the other gods, often being the catalyst for events that shaped many a Greek tale. Her cunning and strategic mind, coupled with her fierce loyalty to her family, made her a force to be reckoned with. From the queen of the gods, we move to a god of the sun. At number 4, we find Apollo, the god of the sun and music. A deity of radiant brilliance, Apollo was responsible for the movement of the sun across the sky, bringing light and warmth to the ancient Greeks. But his powers were not just limited to the heavens. He was also a patron of music and poetry, with the lyre being his instrument of choice. Apollo's influence was widespread due to his diverse roles. He was revered as the god of prophecy, credited with the ability to foretell the future. His words of wisdom were sought by many, making him a key figure in the Pantheon. Moreover, he was a healer, a god who could bring illness or cure it, highlighting his duality. His arrows could bring sudden death or gentle relief. With such a vast range of powers and influence, Apollo was indeed a force to be reckoned with. From the god of the sun, we move to a goddess of the moon. Third on our list is Artemis, the goddess of the moon and the hunt. Known as the maiden goddess, Artemis was a fierce protector of the natural world, the wilderness, and of the animals that inhabit it. Her role as the moon goddess also linked her closely with cycles and seasons, emphasizing her connection to nature. Artemis was revered as a huntress, a role that showcased her strength and independence. She was often depicted with a bow and arrow, symbols of her prowess and precision. Her powers weren't limited to hunting, though. Artemis was also believed to have the ability to bring disease or sudden death to mortals, particularly women, but also had the power to provide comfort and healing. Her duality, embodying both life and death, the hunt and the harvest, makes Artemis a figure of great reverence and respect in Greek mythology. From the goddess of the moon, we ascend to a god of the underworld. Our runner-up is Hades, the god of the underworld. This dark and enigmatic figure has been a subject of fascination for millennia. As the ruler of the underworld, Hades held dominion over the realm of the dead. His kingdom was a place of shadows and silence, a final resting place for mortal souls. Hades' power was absolute in this realm, where he ruled with his queen Persephone. His powers extended beyond the underworld, influencing the cycle of life and death and the growth of crops with his queen's seasonal journey. Although often perceived as a villain, Hades was not inherently evil. He was a just ruler, ensuring the dead received their due. He was the ultimate equalizer, reminding mortals of their mortality. His cap of invisibility also symbolizes his elusive nature and the mystery surrounding death. From the god of the underworld, we finally reach the king of the gods. And finally, at number 1, we find Zeus, the king of the gods. Zeus, the most powerful of the Greek deities, rules from his throne atop Mount Olympus. His dominion encompasses the sky and the heavens, and he is often associated with thunder, lightning, and storms. But Zeus is more than just a weather god. As the king of the gods, he is the arbiter of justice, law, and morality. His word is law, and his decrees are unassailable. His influence extends to every corner of the Greek pantheon and beyond. Zeus is also a god of hospitality, a protector of strangers and travelers. This role reflects the ancient Greek virtue of xenia, or guest friendship. His power, his authority, and his influence make Zeus an undisputed leader. He is the god of gods, a symbol of strength and order in a world of chaos and uncertainty. And there you have it, the top 10 most powerful Greek gods. Who's your favorite? Let us know in the comments below.